there is a problem how we conceive grand unification theory and how we have built a perception that everything there should be a very fundamental some concept, some particles or some elements and some particular forces, they will emerge with certain fundamental rules, and step by step it will create the whole universe, every single forces and every single thing. This concept of emergence from the elementary one unified thing to everything has a fundamental flaw in it. And whenever we think like that, we basically compromise the the scale-free nature of the universe. Scale-free doesn't mean that always there should be a singular rule and its singular evolution. What if an universe has the capability to generate very different kind of rules, very different kind of systems? What if it can self-generate fractals with rules that didn't exist earlier? That's why self-operating mathematical universe, the concept that we have brought in for grand unification theory, has some fundamental aspect to it, that we consider the series of prime numbers, 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13. So when the new prime numbers will comes, of course they are dependent. For an example, 17 is an empty space where 17 comes, which cannot be generated by all previous prime numbers. We understand it. But when 17 comes, it regulates its own dynamics. So giving birth to a prime number is fundamental to the creation of new rules and new dynamics. So this particular part, this particular feature is missing in every single grand unification theory. An astronomical number of elements at a lower scale produces a dynamics, and at the higher layer it is very difficult to tell that trillions and trillions or zillions and zillions of those elements are contributing. How are they contributing? The collectiveness disappears. So that's why completeness and incompleteness of the lower layer and the very subtle properties that work as a fundamental to the next layer is important. And this creates an enormous problem in complexity and continuity of understanding the whole as a sum of the parts. Effective field theory, where we are coarse graining the trillions and zillions of tiny little particles and then creating a smooth surface and the dynamics for the higher scale, that requires quantization and the quantization of primes. So I feel that every single quantization in the universe should have a underlying fundamental quantization process coming from the primal quantization of primes.